Hello, hi, my beautiful collective. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lotus. Thanks for joining me. Today's reading is going to be what the gossip has been about you in the spiritual realm, and we will see what they've been chatting about, what their perspective has been, what yours has been, and of course, continue and get some guidance from there. So for pile 1, we have the glasses, pile 2, we have the bookmark, and pile 3, we have the mushroom. Take a second, my lovelies. See which charm might be calling your attention, and I will see you at that choice. Ciao. Welcome, my pile 1s who chose the glasses. Let's spread out your cards and see what we got. All right, my lovely collective of pile 1. Let's see with, on this side over here, we're using my smaller deck Lenormand to figure out what they've been talking about or what the gossip area is, or the area of gossip, has been about, and some tarot cards to give us a little bit more, I guess, depth. This card is going to let us know where you are exactly right now. This set of Lenormand cards is going to let us know how you're perceiving your reality at the moment, and some extra context with the tarot. Then we'll get further into it and find out how spirit is actually viewing your reality, and then of course we'll give you some guidance. All right, my lovelies, let's get into it. First card out is the clouds, the ship, the sun, the garden, the tree, and the clover. The gossip I'm hearing or feeling from spirit is they're talking about how you moved away from a very difficult or confusing or overwhelming time in your life, and you're now finally stepping out into the world, into a more public setting. Maybe you're just getting out more, as an example. You feel a little bit, I feel that you feel a little bit more stable, but spirit is talking about that stability, and that energy or the frequency that you're on right now, or the energy input that you're putting in, is very fortuitous and lucky. Like it's whatever they're talking about is like they're recognizing the work that you've done, and how this beautiful phase is turning into something really lucky, fortuitous, unexpected, but not necessarily unexpected. It's lovely. Let's see what else. 9 of Wands, Nine of Swords, the Devil in reverse, and the Page of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, like the cards lend to the same energy. The Nine of Wands talking for me about finish what you start. You've already been through so much already, almost feeling like the last leg of the journey. You get a little kerfuffled or a little overwhelmed, or again, over anxious about something, but you still move through it. You move through your fears, through your anxieties, and you don't go about it in a hasty or rushed way. You're very clear about what you want to do. It might be a little, you might have needed to take on a little bit of that naivety to get through it, so that you didn't focus too heavily on the other things around you. That's the energy that I'm getting with this Page of Swords. but I feel like Spirit's like talking about your process. That's what it feels like. They're gossiping about the process and how you got yourself out of this particular funk, and you're doing really well. Speaking of, let's see where you are at the moment. The land between. That makes sense. Very fitting for what we're reading over here. Apologies if you're hearing any thunder. It's raining and very dark here in Canada today. So apologies if it gets too loud and I don't get a chance to catch it. So you have number 40, the land between. As we've said here, it feels like you've moved through a certain process, right? It's about your process, how you've come out of a difficult phase, confusion, overwhelm, anxiety, possible depression, you know? So all of these things now, it feels like you are genuinely making strides. And I think where this land between energy is really resonating for me the most, it's almost a sense of rest is what I'm getting before you step into the full new version of you, you know. And I think this is the what I'm feeling from the root. It's like I'm getting from the tree, excuse me, the root of the tree is sort of getting nurtured while you're patiently being here. It's like a checkpoint. It's a checkpoint. That's really what it feels like. A marker for you to, it's almost like a reminder and a deep sense of knowing that, you know, you've overcome the most, or whatever difficulty you have overcome. You're taking a breath and then you're ready to step in. I love that. Okay, let's see how you're actually perceiving your reality then. You have the moon. The man. The letter. The dog. Stork. Look at this. And the clover. Again, on the last position. Like, how amazing is that? Oh, it's so good. Okay, so that's awesome. I love that you're perceiving it the same way. The moon in the Lenormand deck talks about being seen, also things coming to the shadow, but it's almost about being in the spotlight. Something that was hidden before somehow. And what I'm feeling from this is more of an initiation from the masculine energy within yourself first, that is being more upfront with communication and is taking care of matters. That's how I'm feeling it. It also can be a masculine energy that comes in to help push you forward or push you up, is what I'm seeing, pushing you up into the spotlight. And that could be a really loyal friend of yours in particular. It's a side energy. Regardless, what I'm feeling, how you're seeing this reality of yours is, like I was just saying, stepping into this masculine sense of doing and being loyal to your duties and your responsibilities within this new beginning. Like what you have to maintain, what you no longer are going to go back towards, how you're going to sustain this particular luck. You know, and that's that the stork is that new beginning, and it's sort of echoing to that tree, you know, where I said where I felt you were taking this sort of break and this breather before you really step into this masculine doing energy. Because like I said, there's a lot of things that you went through or were going through, and generally speaking, it has to do with the emotions. We have to sit with it, we have to resonate with it, we have to accept it and allow it, and then move forward. And now the moving forward is what I feel like is going on with this, where you are with this land in between, stepping into this next steps forward. Yeah, it's loyalty to this new beginning. It's communicating with luck, or having lucky communication or good flow of communication. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's just, it feels good. And I think you're perceiving this newness in you. That's what it feels like right now. You are seeing how this has changed you, or how your reality has changed in some regard. Awesome. Let's get some more. 5 of Cups. the energies, or excuse me, the interpretations are slightly different in this deck. Knight of Coins. Three of Swords. And the Six of Cups. I think it's exactly what we said, my friends. So this talks about, you know, a change in the ordinary, a break in circumstances, an opportunity for new beginnings. And that new beginning here with this Knight of Coins is to plant this new seed, to nurture this new seed. This Three of Swords here about learning from your past period and being really conscious of what created some of this hurt or confusion. And you're no longer going to feed into that energy. So it's like recognizing how, what is needed for you to stay disciplined within this new vibration of yours. How you're going to continue to keep watering into the valuable lessons of your past while you allow yourself to continue to nurture your future. So that's, I think, a really great perspective. I don't think you're very far off from how Spirit has been gossiping about it. I know that you're going through the process, so it's, you know, it's going to be a little bit of that teeter-totter, hence the land between also. But I do feel like you're more heavily ready to move to that, in this direction. Amazing. Okay, well then let's see how, let's see how Spirit is actually viewing your reality at the moment. We're going to get 4 more Lenormand cards of that same deck. We have the Cross, the Fox, the Snake, and the House. So you have the Cross, the Fox, Snake, and the House. I'm feeling that Spirit is I think nudging you to be very, very mindful and very careful. It's not even careful, it's aggressive discipline. That's what I want to say. It's aggressive discipline. Because I feel like they're saying that it's going to take a lot for you to not fall back into a particular pattern that I think may have been stemming from, again, talking about this root energy, possibly your home energy. So it feels like this particular burden, how you have to navigate it is what I'm getting. Sly, fox, cunning, secretive, stealthy, in the shadows, so that you do not advertise or announce, so to speak, how this transformation is occurring. There's a very strong, clear difficulty to the trajectory of these energies here, and I feel that that's what it is. It's like this is the land between, why it's really vital right now to really plant this, root it, you know, so you have that checkpoint, so you don't go farther back than that. I hope that makes sense. If you're imagining it as in a video game, the checkpoint, if you don't get that checkpoint, you have to go back right to the very, very beginning, you know, that's what they're showing it to me as. So this rooting, this energy, and this land in between right now is really vital for you, so that you can step into that really strong and not get swayed back into whatever this cloud energy was from what you have already moved away from. Why the Three of Swords pops up, why they say you have to be really diligent, you know? This is an opportunity for you to break a particular cycle or bond or chain or pattern for you, like for good. I feel like, you know, like this is one of those, like for good. You can do it for good this time. In the energy that I'm feeling that you're in. If anything else, I could say that there could be a warning about family members or people that are closer in your close-knit unit, that you may have to be very careful about how you navigate this particular journey of yours with them. So again, being very clear about what may need to get cut out or separated from for you to fully integrate this transmutation and transformation that is occurring within you. Wow. Okay, let's get 3 more. Spirit, how are you viewing their reality? So we have the 8 of Coins, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Pentacles. I don't do reversals in this deck, by the way. So 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. Craftsmanship, mastery, working at it. Again, working at that discipline. 2 of Pentacles, to juggle, you know, working at that discipline of anchoring in this new material, physical, tangible version of yourself while reminding yourself of what created some of this cloud confusion, anxiety, depression, overwhelm from the beginning. You've learned what you needed to learn from that particular experience. There is no need for you to repeat it any longer. So allow yourself to mature, to level up, to be sustainable in your own beliefs, for you to anchor again back to that tree rooting thing again. There is this real emphasis on individuality and self-sufficiency, of autonomy, of sovereignty, like all of that energy. It's about a little bit more selfish in the most healthy sense for you, my viewer. I just heard I'm beginning to see myself more clearly. I'm understanding some quirks of mine that have led me into particular situations that I didn't find favorable for me. I'm really truly understanding how to work within the liminal space. That's what I'm hearing. Wow, Pile 1, this is beautiful. So the gossip on you is this situation. They're really proud of how you've handled and how you've maneuvered and how you're moving and continuing to move forward with what you've been through. They gave you a little bit of a caution here just to be mindful of, but you're doing the work, my friend. Like, there's nothing for me to tell you about or to almost like remind you of per se. You know, it's just besides that one little thing. Okay, this is beautiful. Let's get your closing messages. I'll read a passage from the book. We're doing the Oracle of Visions. For your last card. Oh, sorry, that's loud. All right. Again, about going the distance, traveling, movement, new horizons, new opportunities. Sorry, I just have to get the book. Beautiful. Number 5, changes. Flights of fancy, leap of faith, taking a next step. If you can take the leap of faith, oh, the places you could go, but you'll never know until you try. We can dream and hope and take that leap, but there are risks involved. Nevertheless, we do not have to be a tarot fool, innocently leaping from a cliff, but we can instead assess the scenario, the dangers, and prepare. This is what I was feeling with that checkpoint energy or analogy I gave you. No longer going back to the beginning, but now looking at it because you can now prepare from the past experiences that you've had, so you no longer repeat that moving forward. But it really has to be integrated and fully solidified within self before that energy will no longer be able to pull you back. We can train or educate ourselves, become informed, take precautions, and increase our chances of success. That's beautiful. There's nothing else, right? Yeah. So go the distance, my love. That's what this feels like. You're ready to travel, to venture forward, to take that next leap of faith. The ship analogy here, ship energy here. That movement, horizons with the garden energy here, moving into distant horizons, stepping foot, taking that leap, moving forward. All of it's fully here, my love. So that land between for you is about to step onto this beautiful adventure, and I'm very proud of the energy that I feel from you guys, Pile 1, and I feel you guys should be proud too. Not to tell you how to feel, it just feels like, oh man, good job. Like, that's what I want to say, like, just good job. Like, great. Anyways, my pile one, I'm sending you so much love. Please let me know if this resonated. Until next time, ciao. Welcome my pile twos who chose the bookmark. We're gonna spread out your cards and see what we got going on for you. All right, my beautiful pile twos, let's see what the gossip is on you. What has Spirit been chatting about you? Oh, wait, let me tell you what's going on here. This side over here, this first set of Lenormand is going to let us know what Spirit's actually been chatting about, the area, etc., and some more detail. This is where you are right now, presently. This is how you're actually perceiving your reality, and then we'll get some guidance and some more. All right, let's get into it. So you have the lily. The letter. The snake. The fish. The birds. And the key. I heard this is for the birds when the birds came out, and then I heard this song, I don't remember what it's called. This is for my girls. Da, 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 da. I have no idea what that is. That's all I'm hearing. It's weird. I'm just hearing the melody. Anyways, okay, pile two. There's a lot of energies I'm getting for you guys. The first one I got was about your past, and it can have to do with an elderly person. Doesn't have to be, but it can. It feels like you either received information or news that wasn't so favorable about something or someone in particular. And it may have to do, that news may have had to deal with money, finances, resources, and how that was either communicated or delegated. There was something about how it was communicated, how whatever information was given, it was about the way it was communicated. That was the key there. The second energy I'm getting here, it can have to do with a self-maturing or a sexual maturity or a graduation and development in a spiritual sense. And it feels like there's a bit of it feels a little bit more relationship. If I'm going to give this particular analogy, it feels a little bit more it feels like it's leaning a little bit more towards a relationship. And it feels either that there is some really sting you words, sly manipulation, or certain tactics that either, again, took money from you, resources, time, and people may have been gossiping about it or chattering or knew about it prior to you knowing about it. But you did find out, like there was a saving grace somehow, and I think it has more to do with the birds as opposed to the snake here. It feels like there was a particular conversation you may have overheard, or I don't know, it feels more like an overheard. It doesn't feel like it was actually said to you, that gave you that sort of like little bit of information that you needed, so to confirm something that you'd already been feeling. There's a lot here, pile two. Wow, I hope I'm grasping your energies here. All of them anyways. And they're bringing me now to the bookmark and this letter. They're like, there's something that you have to bookmark, like make a point of, wait a second, this is off. You know, there's something here. So Spirit's been talking about this like sly, manipulative, sneaky energy, gossipy energy. And it's shooken, it has shaken, or shook a particular foundation in your life, whether that be financially, romantically, emotionally, trust-wise. Like there's something that was interesting. Okay, let's see what else we got here to help us out. We have the High Priestess, the Five of Swords in the reverse, the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This is interesting, pile of twos. Okay, they're giving me another energy now. Maybe it has more to do with a secret connection. Like maybe there's something very like you're not able to be public with it yet, or there's something I can't quite put my finger on it. Like there's something that is still kind of like lurking in the shadows, not necessarily in a weird way or negative or evil way. It's just something's not clear, and I feel like there's something with, again, like I said, there's a knowing that you there's something that you knew deep down, and you've again found a piece of information or gotten that piece of information that didn't allow you, that allowed you to no longer invest into something anymore. And it feels like a trust was broken. Shoot, I'm not sure, because it feels like there's twofold. Like I also feel like there's either an energy that comes in for you and it's not like it rescues you, but like there's something, I still feel like you're connected to somebody else also. And again, that might be maybe it was an actual conversation. Maybe you actually did have a conversation with somebody that gave you the information to allow you to leave something or to see something for what it was, or for you to take initiative in a direction that you wanted to go. There's something about that here. Interesting. Wow. Okay, pile 2. So that seems to feel like the gossip that they've been talking about is this particular situation. Let's see where you're at currently. Tender embrace. See what I'm saying? There is something about like, I don't know how to word this. Yeah, it's this beautiful, like warm-hearted energy, compassion, empathy, sensitivity for others and yourself, self-love. It's the snake that's tripping me out on this energy, and because of how it's like the letter gossip, snake, it feels, and it's like double fold, and the snake can be like sometimes can be a really deceptive, manipulative woman, you know? I don't know if somebody got cheated on or was being cheated. I don't know if there's somebody who was talking to somebody else, or if another person was just trying to create havoc in a relationship. Either way, it feels, anyways, from spirits gossiping over here, it feels like you knew something was off. I think you somehow confronted the issue, and I'm gonna get one more card on this. I'm not sure if it's because my interpretation of the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse for me is like you're coupled now, like you have the right partner, you have the right people around you, but it also can be that you are not again, you're just not doing something on your own. Like that's really what the main thing is, and something that you want to do on your own. I don't always think that it's a negative connotation as soon as it gets in the reverse. Not for me anyhow. So it always feels for me like there is a bonding of some kind, you know, that leads you, again, the bonding, the embrace, the tender embrace of something. So it's either you've embraced the reality of the situation and or another person, and the person or people, it feels like a person that may have given you the information or allowed you to be privy to the information, might be that person that, you know, that you tenderly embrace and being like, thank you for making me aware of this situation. And maybe that between you and that person, something else develops. It's too premature for me to know right now, but I don't know. There's so many energies. I just want to get a couple on the Nine of Pentacles. Speaking of a couple, right? Comes out right away. We have the World and the Fool. Like, yeah, it's a new beginning with somebody, I'm telling you. And I think the World and the Fool, a completion of one cycle to step into something new. You know, and I really definitely feel like there is more so to do with a relationship or somebody who's taken something from you and thought they were getting away with it. Wow. Okay. Woo. Got some tea, 𝒫𝒾𝓁𝑒. Let's see how you're viewing your reality currently then. We have the path, or the crossroads, technically. The ship. The sun. The anchor. This is awesome. The fish. Get it, 𝒫𝒾𝓁𝑒. Or get it back, I should say, 𝒫𝒾𝓁𝑒. And then the cross. I like this. Okay, 𝒫𝒾𝓁𝑒, how it seems that you are viewing or perceiving your reality right now is you feeling that you have, or you're at a crossroads or needing to move in a different direction, take a different path, and you do so. That's what it feels like. It feels like you either made the decision or you've already done it. It feels like you've already done it, in my opinion. But of course, you take the energies how they apply for you. So the ship energy here is, again, movement, positive movement in a new direction that's leading you into that sun energy, which is, you know, bright, lovely, happiness, joy, excitement. You anchor in that happiness, and wherever it is you travel, that brings back or puts, again, in that stability again, that fish energy that was here, that brings you back into that sort of stability, self-sufficiency, that Nine of Pentacles almost in the upright again, in a sense, you know, not to say that you're going to be single in that way, but you can be, who knows. And the cross talks about destiny, heavy burdens, but it talks about responsibility, discipline too. And again, it's, again, this heavy burden or of your past is more what I'm feeling here, is relieved, it's lifted, and now you can sort of follow, for lack of a better term, like a more destined path for you, a more harmonious and spiritually unified union of some kind. You know, I think that's either what you're looking for or what is in the trajectory of your energy now, because again, you're presently in this tender embrace, and they're bringing me to the 22. It's like there is this balancing that is happening within yourself. Again, I think there is a more of an acceptance or an acknowledgement of just what had gone on. There's clarity about a situation for sure. Mastery, understanding, maturing. You get me? Like, you understand what's gone on here. And also your participation within this situation. And I think this is why you're in this place of forgiveness, quite literally. Not necessarily for whoever the snake is, but for the information, for the timing of it, for you to be able to leave, for you to feel okay, for you to be able to heal, to have people around you, you know, like for you to be able to move on, to feel okay, to move on, to be strong enough, you know, like all of that. It's all here. It's what it feels like how you're perceiving your reality. Anyways, that's what the energy is telling me. It's not even like I have to make a decision. It feels like the decision has been made, and I'm gonna move on with my life. Okay, let's see what else we got. Look at this, the Wheel of Fortune, frickin' A. Temperance. 2 major arcana, love that. 8 of Fire, or 8 of Wands. Yeah. And then the Lovers. This particular Lovers, there's 2 Lovers cards in this particular deck. One is of them, I guess, really joining with each other, and the other is more of like a foreplay, flirty energy. Just so you know, there's a difference in this Lover's energy. So what I'm feeling for you, my lovely, and how you're viewing your reality, this is like this new opportunity, this fortuitous opportunity to balance out the parts that were not working before, to really understand oneself, to cut away. The 8 of Wands talks more about like cutting down and cutting away to create something else, create something better, and using that energy and that life force for that better union with those lovers that are the conjoining lovers, the unifying, the almost, the solidifying of a union. You know, that's the energy that I'm feeling here. And so you're taking in your reality with this perspective of this being my chance to get what I want, technically. Like, quite literally get what I want. love that. Try to get this in here a little bit. Okay, my lovelies. So then, let's see how Spirit is actually viewing your reality. I'm going to get 4 more Lenormand cards. You have the Bear, the House, the Key again, and the Clouds. I think Spirit is giving you a little bit of encouragement here, saying that you are protected, or your foundation, or your home, whatever that means to you, whether that home itself, wherever you feel safe is the point, that is protected. You have the keys, or the ability, the know-how to get through this particular obstacle, this confusion, the doubt, the regret. You have what you need, and do not worry about what you have, I don't know, created for yourself to be taken away in some way. That's not going to be taken away, if that's what you might be worried about. You have a lot of protection, like you are being guarded and guided through the fog, through the maze, through the haze. So keep persevering is what I'm hearing, and really focusing on what the goal is for you now, which is that union, that lover's energy. It's beautiful. Okay, let's get some tarot and see what Spirit is saying. I don't do reversals for this deck, by the way. We're gonna get 3. We have the Hermit, that was fast. 5 of Cups again. That's a lie. 8 of Cups. Oh, this is beautiful. 8 again. The the definitions in this deck are different. Okay, 2 of them it is. The Devil that came out with the Queen of Staffs. I think this is about your work ethic, or your passion towards your goal, is what I'm feeling with the Devil and the Queen of Staffs. So my lovelies, what I'm feeling, how Spirit is viewing your reality is you do have to sort of retreat into self. Again, this protective energy, because it does feel like there is going to be another or an extra sort of upheaval. I don't think it's not nearly as chaotic as this. Even though this energy doesn't feel chaotic, it just feels like a lot of missing pieces, a lot of things that people didn't know. So there are a lot of assumptions in here too. So it feels like once some of this information really settles within you, I think Spirit's asking really to step into self. And this 8 of Cups talks about being in the present moment and creating from where you are, exactly in this Hermit energy. And this creative energy is that Capricornian, that Devil energy. But I feel like they're talking about dedication and attachment more to the fiery, creative, sensual. So this Queen of Staffs talks about the raw and the natural, or the creative force. It's like, how are you going to use these energies moving forward? That's what this is. Are you going to allow it to taint you or to jade you, that it makes you act out of character or out of primitive instinct? So I think this is where they're just bringing to your attention, my loves, of how they're viewing this is even though this difficulty comes up, I think this is why they said, we are here protecting you. So really step into this Hermit energy, create from this space of stillness, of forgiveness, and figure out how you want to use these energies moving forward. That creative energy, again, with that 8 of Wands here, right? Cutting down, focusing, understanding what it is that you're actually wanting to attach to, wanting to commit to, wanting to work hard at. What version of you wants to be displayed? Wow, pal 2. So that seems to be the gossip on you from your spirit team, or from the spirit realm, I should say. It's about that situation, about you moving away from a particular situation, a relationship in particular, it feels like for me. It feels like there is a forgiveness that is in the works as we speak, and this of how you view your reality is still really positive and it's great. And I think you need to maintain that. I think that with that positivity and that motivation to move forward, that they don't want you to lose sight of when there are other obstacles, that it doesn't bring you or put you back into a phase, or not even back, put you into a phase of feeling more deceit, more deception, and then again, ultimately jading you in some regard. They don't want that to hinder the beauty and the innocence that's within you, is what I'm feeling. Let's get your closing messages from the Oracle of Visions. Okay, number 16. I'm going to read from the book for you. It feels like portals, paradigm shifts, choices is what I'm getting. I'm also getting like a long journey. This is like one of the dreams I've had, actually, like literally in a blue dress, very similar, but my hair was up and it was black. Anyways, weird. Anyways, this is what this feels like. It feels like you've been on a particular journey, searching for something in particular and experimenting. Not even, I can't even just say experimenting. It's almost like feeling like you had found it in some way, and then you had to jump ship. This is interesting. It says distance, isolation, perspective. Yeah. Physical distance or emotional detachment serve to give us a greater comprehensive view. Distance may also provide a clearer overall perspective than a close-up would. So this is where this hermit energy is, once you be able to sit in that. From this vantage point, we can often get the big picture and reach different conclusions. A solitary woman strolls on a desolate beach. This is a sense of personal contemplation. The floating monoliths provide perspective and suggest the distances with great emphasis than would an empty sky, perhaps representing issues in her life. Their distance reinforces her isolation, but may also provide her with this perspective and clarity of vision that she is seeking. And I think this is exactly what's happening, my love. We need to strike a balance when assessing a situation we are too closely involved. Or should we step back? And this is what this is. You're stepping back. Too closely involved, and understandably, but for you to get the right decision, for you not to get jaded, for you not to feel, overly hurt again. It's that perspective to embrace that forgiveness, my lovely. Wow, Peltu, I hope that was helpful. That's the gossip on you, my loves. Until next time, please keep watering your lives. Let me know how that resonated. Till next time, ciao. Welcome, my beautiful pal 3s who chose the mushroom. We are going to spread out your cards and find out the gossip, the tea on you from your spirit realm. All right, my beautiful collective of pile 3. Let's see what the gossip is. So this Lenormand deck over here is going to let us know what the gossip is, the area of gossip they've been talking about, get a little bit more detail. This is going to be energetically where you're at now. This is going to be how you're perceiving your reality. Then we'll get some more perspective on how spirit sees your reality, some guidance, etc. All right, let's get it. Pile 3, what's the gossip? The coffin. The man. The mice. The mountain. The stars. I was about to say, woo, some difficult energies, pile 3. I'm like, ooh, relief. And then the moon. So with you guys, also I'm feeling 2 energies. For some of you, the gossip has been about the ending of a particular dynamic when it, more specifically energy, a dynamic of energy. For example, if you tend to find yourself dating the same type of person, this is just an example, it's like the end of that cycle or that perpetual loop of you finding or attracting that same type of energy. That's what I'm getting first. And it feels like it's reached a climax, so to speak, that you can't deal with it in that way anymore. And that reaching that sort of summit, so to speak, has allowed you to see your quote unquote North Star a lot more clearly, which is sort of allowing or paving or lighting the way for you forward, for you out, for you to be authentically you. That's the first energy. The second energy I'm getting here is that there's been a transformation within yourself when it comes to the details, responsibilities, and little annoyances, either about your character or about a particular part of your character that may have started off really small, but that has led or grown into something very big, like making mountains out of molehills. And it actually created an actual mountain because it was not dealt with, or the details were not dealt with. And now you're being able to see it, like I said, this initiation, the star energy, the sort of rebirth energy into the recognition and the self-reflective version of self, of the more clearly seen by self. It is about an obstacle for sure, no matter which way I flip it. And that's, again, the obstacle is either within yourself or within a dynamic with a masculine energy. All right, let's get some more details. We have the Knight of Pentacles, Four of Wands in the reverse, the Strength in the reverse, and Seven of Wands. It feels right now, when I'm getting some of the details, that it has to do more with another person, or like I said, another masculine energy. Because what I'm feeling from the tarot cards is like this person either came in really slow and methodical, but very grounded and rooted and trustworthy is the word I just heard. But it almost took too long, or there was no follow through. There we go. That's what it is. There was no follow through. Therefore, it didn't create the stability that one may have been chatting or preaching or boasting about. That created a fragility within this dynamic that led to, like I said, lack of trust, that ended up being a little bit more combative when it came to fighting for what each person or individual or energy needed, or needs for that matter. So again, coming back to the annoyances or the details or the responsibility of this masculine energy, it feels like you've put an end to that particular cycle. And or this is what's happening, is what I'm saying, why the Spirit is talking about this. But it feels like the conversation is about how you did it, like how it came to be, like you are in the process of releasing it. Like it doesn't feel like you're making the decision to, or wondering if. It feels like you've already done it. Hence the conversation, hence the gossip. Interesting. Let's see where you're at now. Seeing beyond. No shit. Seeing beyond the illusions, beyond the veil, beyond the misconceptions of self. It's like looking beyond the material, beyond the obvious, getting out of your own way, discarding your projected outcomes. You know, it's like I said, you're just seeing self either more clearly, or the situation or the energy more clearly. And also trusting yourself more when it comes to these intuitive nudges. Wow, Pile 3. Let's see how you're actually perceiving your reality at the moment. You have the Rider. Sorry for my squeaky chair. Wow, you have the Mice again. So that's very evident for you, my love. The Moon again. The Whip. The Dog. And the Ship. That's your reality, my love. You are making movements it doesn't feel like you're waiting for information per se to come in, which is generally what that rider is, or like good news or something like that. It doesn't feel like that. I feel like you're getting ready to take off. And what the take off means for me in this energy is like you're moving away from the nitpicky, the annoyances, the particular details or certain responsibilities that you once held. And now you're moving towards a more, how would I word this? A more self-expressive, nurturing, vulnerable, strong energy. And you have cut out quickly and sped forward into loyalty to self, loyalty to your own direction, loyalty to what you need for yourself, which leads you into that ship energy, which is movement away again. So rider energy, again, it feels like either you, like I said, you've already confronted this energy is what it feels like. Whatever was happened was not, there was no leveling out, so to speak, so you had to venture and go. Like there was nothing more that you could do for the situation at all. So you had to, you know, nip it in the butt, like whip it out, or, you know, that's what it feels like for me. It's feeling like speed and whipping it out. It's like a whipping and a lashing. It could be when it comes to the words, it could be how it was delivered. But regardless, it's like speed back into remembering how loyal and of a great companion you are, and how that was not received or seen or reciprocated in a way that made you feel appreciated. And so now you've decided to, well, if this is not where I'm supposed to be, let me find where I'm supposed to be. And then the Knight of Coins again. Interesting. In the same position too. The Hanged Man. I don't do reversals for this deck, by the way, just so you know. Two of Swords. And then the Five of Pentacles. So my love, you are still feeling like this is a loss. I can definitely feel that. It feels like you waited patiently for this situation, and I think energetically it's just doing a number on you is what I feel. And the Two of Swords in this deck, it talks about debate, actively seeking and questioning. You know, so, and this actively seeking and questioning, I think, is what's, if you overthink about it, in other words, leads you feeling a little bit left out, or in this sort of beggar energy, like continuously begging for more from this person. That's what you want to come out of. You're like, I don't want to be this like loyal lapdog to an energy that doesn't even want to give to me, that I feel like there's no winning here. I'm always depleted. Again, gnawing away that nice energy. So you are seeing exactly, in my opinion, as Spirit sees it. And I think that your decision, whatever decision you've made, is the right decision for you, my lovelies. I truly, truly do. Let's see then how Spirit, we're going to get 4 more Lenormand cards, is actually viewing your reality. Oops, see, oh, okay, I guess that's what you want. Look at that. 7, the Snake. This flipped over, interesting. I'm gonna bring that and leave that with the Snake. You have the House. I don't think it's supposed to be a part of the separated 4. Well, Spirit, seeing your reality. You have the Cross. The Book. And the Garden. So I think Spirit for you right now is saying that your biggest enemy right now is going to be your mind, and like your home base, or again, some place that you go, like a sanctuary of sorts. That's going to be, yeah, it feels like your mind wants to like sort of play tricks on your, again, like I said, this overthinking. That's where really feels like the burden is, of where you feel safe again, where you feel at home again. And again, this book, it's very clear that you are seeking something for sure, because this book is closed. The information you don't have access to it yet. Hence why this is overthinking, actively seeking, you know, debating, and wanting to like sort of clear the air or get more information out in the open, and you still feel like you're just begging for a resolution, begging for a solution. And I think that's why I don't think you can find this particular comfort in the journey outside of yourself. This has to be done in a new perspective, in a different way, or a different method, of addressing emotional hurts when it comes to this particular dynamic. Interesting. Let's see what else we got with the tarot. 3 more cards. Look at this. The Lovers that came out. This is the flirting, more courting card of the Lovers. There's 2 Lovers in this. Call 2 had the Lovers, the other Lovers card. Queen of Coins. We're getting 3 of these bad boys if I didn't say that. And the 8 of Cups. The definitions for these are a little bit different in this deck. So yeah, my love, like that's what you're looking forward to, or what's how Spirit is. It's like you are trying to, like, I don't know how else to describe this, but like re-love yourself or re-court yourself. Find that feminine spark again, or that divine masculine and feminine energy within you to ignite the essence of what wants to come out. That 8 of Cups talks about creating from the space that you're in, of molding, of melding, of newness, creative newness. And that Queen of Pentacles, that self-sufficiency, that earthly bounty energy. It feels very self-love motivated and creating from a place within self, as it feels almost like you've been taking care of so many other people's emotions and needs that you have almost forgotten what your actual needs are. And I think that's why this overthinking over here is making like, how the hell, I don't understand. Like, can you just explain it to me so I get what I did or didn't do or whatever? And the Spirit's like, it's not did or didn't do, my lovely. Right now for you, you just need to figure out what it is that you want for yourself, because you know you have not even thought about that for a minute. You've been lost in the sauce of what they've been serving you, you know, like that's what I feel like. And now you are seeing beyond that cycle, that 9, that spiritual evolution. It's completing for you, or the opportunity for it to complete is here for you. I just heard close the book on this particular chapter of your life, so that you can see even further beyond what you can grasp now. I just heard there's a snake in the hen house. I'm actually not knowing how they're referenced or how this fits into your reading, but that's what I heard. There might be somebody who's like kind of happy for your misery. And I think that's partially the reason why Spirit's like, get out of your head. Don't give in to this desperate energy, or the perception of desperate energy, because this masculine energy is very distorted. You know, so I don't think that it's going to come across in the way that you are feeling it. It's going to come across needy, desperate, cray-cray, you know, and you don't need that. You don't need that extra input right now. So again, the mind is your biggest enemy at the moment. So I don't know what I suggest. We'll find out what Spirit suggests, but personally, for me, I would feel that the more that you can allow yourself to step into the present moment of grateful for where you are, of gratitude. I know that's so cliche, but I mean literally, like waking up being like, wow, I really enjoy my bed, or it's nice to wake up and smell, you know, the air, or cook my own food, or to be able to drive to this place, or to walk, you know, like the small simple things is I think where they're wanting you to put the focus. Again, back to the details of self as opposed to other. Okay, my lovelies, let's get your closing. Whoa, that was fast. Your closing message. Religious beliefs, evolutions. I want one more for you. I don't know why, but I'm going to get one more. Okay. The evolution of beliefs. Where does your belief stand? Yeah, what is your belief? That's again back to this. Like there's something about you having to solidify this knowing and worthiness within self. A selection of religious symbolism represents a gamut of beliefs. The irony of this common denominator is tragic. With so much suffering inflicted in their name, religions have much to answer for. The blindfold can represent the blind faith such religions demand from their followers, but also the blindness often shown towards the belief of others. That's the truth. All this is set against the backdrop of a Darwinian evolution shown in red below the various golden symbols. An ironic contradiction that represents the common denominator of humanity is shared by all religions and adds a question mark to them all. There is this perspective that can be seen and appreciated and understood from all, and I think that's what the seeing beyond is. Seeing beyond their own personal limitations, seeing beyond what has actually occurred, I heard sucking out the poison and taking the nutrients that you need from the past. And then, beautiful, 18. There's a nurturing, a mothering, a coveting is what I just heard of this new energy within you, a reparenting. This card may represent the nurturing nature of a mother embracing her child, a teacher guiding his student, or a master training his apprentice. Each balances the desire to protect and provide direction to those under his or her care, with the need to also draw room for personal growth. This is exactly what we've been talking about. We can prepare them, inform them, advise them, but eventually there will come the moment when we need to resist the impulse to reach out. Maybe this has more to do with the sun. That can actually have absolutely to do with the sun, about you trying to communicate with masculine energy and you can't get them to, so you sort of have to step away from it or step back from it. You know? We all need to we can prepare them, inform them, advise them, but eventually there will come the moment when we will need to resist the impulse to reach out and instead must let them fall. When they rise again of their own accord, we can take comfort in knowing that we taught them well. So however this plays out for you, I was not getting that, but it feels probably actually a little bit more fitting if it has to do with like a sun. Quite literally, doesn't matter what the age of sun is, but it can have to do with the sun. Wow, this is beautiful, Pal 3. Like, there's a lot of growth here and there's a lot of release for you, my love. You have to, Spirit is suggesting that you do that you actually release that you don't overthink it, that you've done what you needed to do, that letting them fall is not a failure on your part. See beyond the preconceived notions and beliefs of what mothering is, for example, or what parenting or guiding or teaching is. Allow it. Let it be. My beautiful collective, I hope that was helpful. I'm sending you so much love. If it resonated, please let me know. I'd love to read about it. Keep watering your lives. Until next time. Ciao.